Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess. I have something a little different today, our quiz on etymology. So, are you ready? Which one of these Latin words serves as part of the origin of talented? Indulge, talentum, or talio? Talentum. Where does the word boycott come from? Smithson boycott, Duke boycott, or Charles boycott? Charles boycott. What was the original meaning of the word slush in the term slush fund? Leftover cooking grease, fermented leek soup, or liquor made from walnuts? Leftover cooking grease. Which is the origin of the distress signal Mayday? Cockney slang for waylay meaning ambush, easiest segment of Morse code to type, or the French merde meaning help me? The French merde meaning help me. Debacle comes to English from the French debacle, meaning what? To renounce, to unbolt, or to embarrass. To unbolt. Which language does the word toilet come from? Latin, French, or Greek? It's French. In which below number is the etymology of December? 10, 8, or 12? Ten. Prestigious comes from a Latin word meaning what? Emperor's clothes, ploughman's lunch, or conjurer's tricks? Conjurer's tricks. Which language gave the word robot to English? Polish, Czech, or German? Czech. The word bikini comes from the Bikini Atoll island in the Pacific Ocean. Where does the word tragedy originally come from? The Greek word tragos. What is the earliest known use of the word deadline? A borderline in prison, a department store sale, or a printer's mark? It was a borderline in prison, a deadline. Identify where the word whiskey comes from. Russian, Gaelic, or Greek? It's Gaelic. Which below language gave us the word salary? French, Greek, or Latin? French. Which language gave us the name emoji? Hindi, Sanskrit, or Japanese? Japanese. The word robot was first used in a play written in which language? Czech, Hebrew or Greek? Czech. What language does the word shampoo originally come from? Latin, Polynesian or Hindi? Hindi. Where does the word avocado come from? Spanish, Nahuatl or Italian? Spanish. The phrase checkmate comes from which language? Japanese, Arabic or Persian? Persian. Which from the below is not borrowed from French? Debris, rectangle or orange? Rectangle. The word sinister comes from the Latin word for which below direction? East, north or left? Left. The word stool derives from an Old English word for what kind of seat? Bench, throne or chair? A throne. Tennis was originally the word tenez from which language? Dutch, Arabic or French? French. The term trivia comes from the Latin term for which? Crossroads, a ledger or bureaucrat? Crossroads. Which Roman's name was the origin of the Russian word Tsar? Marcus Aurelius, Julius Caesar or Trajan? Julius Caesar. True or false? Vinegar comes from the Latin word for sour wine. True. Cantaloupe translates to Italian, in Italian, to a wolf that does what? Fights, sings or dances? Sings. The Old Italian term meaning for cab comes from which animal? Goat, cow or horse? Goat. Which word for a modern maddened warrior comes from the old Icelandic term for bear shirt? Dervish, berserker or janissary? Berserker. Which English word derives from a Greek insult meaning babblers? Buffoons, bums or barbarians? Barbarians. In Latin, the word appendix means the part that does what, grows, is useless or hangs. Hangs. English is thought to have pilfered pastrami from which below language, Yiddish, Romanian or Italian. Romanian. Which language gave us the word coach, a horse-drawn vehicle? Hungarian, Dutch or Lithuanian? Hungarian. Which language did the decorative necktie cravat originally get its name from? French, Czech or Serbo-Croat? Serbo-Croat. What is the origin of the word Yankee? Latin, Dutch or French? Dutch. What is the word alcohol's linguistic ancestry? Arabic, Russian or Gaelic? Arabic. From what language does the word nostril come from? Old Latin, Old French or Old English? Old English. What is the etymology of the word alarm? Spanish, Italian or Latin? Italian. What is the word October's source a language? Greek, French or Latin? Latin. From which language was the word mantra borrowed? Greek, Sanskrit or Hindu? Sanskrit. Where is the word planet derived from? Latin, French or Greek? Greek. What is the linguistic origin of the word pamper? Middle Dutch, Old French or Latin? Middle Dutch. What is the historical background of the word hazard? Urdu, Bengali or Old French? Old French. Which of the below is the cultural heritage of the word rebate? Portuguese, Old French or Marathi? Old French. What is the origin of the word ski? Hungarian, Old Norse or German? Old Norse. From what language does the word taboo come? Latin, Tangan or Polynesian? Polynesian. What is the etymology of the word joke? Latin, Arabic or Greek? Latin. Where is the word trek derived from? Swedish, Afrikaans or Russian? Afrikaans. What is the origin of the word jungle? Malay, Swahili or Sanskrit? Sanskrit. What is Tycoon's historical background? Japan, Scotland or German? Japan. What is cafeteria's source language? French, Italian or American Spanish? American Spanish. Which is the cultural heritage of the world cookie? Swedish, Dutch or Turkish? Dutch. From which language was the word ghoul borrowed? Arabic, Aramaic or Latin? Arabic. What is the linguistic ancestry of the word smithereens? Latin, Scottish or Irish? Irish. Which language gives us goulash and paprika? Yiddish, Greek or Hungarian? Hungarian. Which English word do we get from the Arabic word sharab? Syrup, sharp or sherry? Syrup. The word chocolate comes from which language? Italian, Mandarin or Aztec? Aztec. The origin of the word serendipity was the name of which country? Eswatini, Czechia or Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka. Where did the word cappuccino originate? Italy, Germany or France? Italy. What is the linguistic ancestry of the word disaster? Latin, French or German? It's French. From which language does the word handicap come from? Old English, you or Turkish? It's Old English. What is the cultural heritage of the word jeans? Hindi, French or Vietnamese? French. What is the source language of the word trivial? French, Greek or Latin? It's Latin. Which is the historical background of the word mesmerize? German, Marathi or Bengali? German. Where is the word sideburn derived from? France, Australia or America? America. What is the etymology of the word footman? Old French, Middle English or Cantonese? Middle English. From what language does the word hooker come from? It's Dutch. What is the origin of the word squiz? Australian, Switzerland or Norway? It's Australia. What is the linguistic ancestry of the word test? Tamil, Portuguese or Old French? It's Old French. From which language was the word Elysium borrowed? Arabic, Greek or Telugu? Greek. What is the cultural heritage of the term sublime? Spanish, English, French, Greek or Latin, French? Latin, French. Which is the source language of the word specific? Latin, Mandarin or Turkish? Latin. What is the historical background of the word root? French, Greek or Latin? Latin. What is the linguistic origin of the word semantic? Tatar, Greek or Swedish? Greek. Where is the word cuckoo derived from? Germany, United Kingdom or France? France. What is the etymology of the word carcass? Telugu, Javanese or French? French. From what language does the word bachelor come? Old English, Old French or New Day Latin? Old English. What is the origin of the word examine? Russian, Portuguese or French? It's French. What is the word angry's linguistic ancestry? Middle English, Old English or New English? Middle English. From which language was the word serpentine borrowed? German, Urdu or French? French. Which of the below is the cultural heritage of the word epiphany? Greek, Latin or English? It's Greek. What is the source language of the word vicarious? Korean, Latin or Spanish? It's Latin. What is the word eloquence historical background? Greek, Old French or Latin? Old French. Which is the linguistic origins of the word melancholy? Greek, Irish or German? It's Greek. Where is the word resilience derived from? French, Greek or Latin? Latin. True or false? The word ubiquitous originates from the Latin language. It's true. Which is the etymology of the word pernicious? Latin, Middle English or Ancient Greek? Middle English. From what language does the word effervescent come from? Latin, Portuguese or English? It's Latin. What is the origin of the word sanguine? Greek, Hebrew or Latin? It's Latin. What is the linguistic ancestry of the term magnanimous? Latin, Greek or German? It's Latin. From which language was the word cacophony borrowed? Spanish, Greek or Hindi? It's Greek. What is the cultural heritage of the word epitome? French, Greek or Latin? Greek. which is the source language for the word esoteric, ancient Greek, ancient French, or ancient Latin. Ancient Greek, esoteric, which is the historical background of the word luminescence, Latin, Portuguese, or Spanish. It's nice to say some of these words, isn't it? Luminescence, Latin. What is the linguistic origin of the word peripatetic? Middle Gaelic, Middle French, or Middle English? Peripatetic. It's Middle English. Where is the word panacea derived from? Italy, Greek, or Brazil? Greek. What is the etymology of the word antediluvian? Latin, French, or German? It's Latin. And your last one, from which language does the word idiosyncrasy come from? English, Greek, or French? It's Greek. So, how did you do on our word quiz today? Drop your score in the comments below, and of course like and subscribe so you get notified each time we post a new quiz. And please, join us for more fun next time on Quiz Time.